Ralph and I met just a few months before we both turned 18 years old. These pictures were taken very early on in our relationship, and even though we were both really young, I knew almost instantly that he was the one. This picture was taken on the night that he graduated from the Coral Springs Fire Academy, and he was given the award for being the top recruit in his class. And even then, he was starting to catch the eye of some more seasoned members of the fire service, because they were recognizing not only the massive potential that he had, but seeing the genuine heart and just the kind of person that he was. This picture was taken on the day that he graduated from the City of Miami Fire Academy. This was the department that he knew he wanted to work for from the second he decided he wanted to answer his vocation and become a paramedic and a firefighter. And we were just so incredibly proud of him. He was beaming this day. He was so happy. This picture was taken of us on the night that he proposed to me. He got down on one knee and he asked me if I would spend the rest of my life with him. Little did we know that really he would be spending the rest of his life with me, and that I would have to go on without him. This picture was taken of us in front of the fire truck on the night of our wedding. It was such a special night. It was full of so much fun and so much love. Everybody could see how happy we were. This picture was taken at our 12-week ultrasound of our baby boy, our first child. And if you look closely, you can see it's a little handprint. It looks like he's waving. Ralph loved this moment so much. I actually ended up printing this out and framing it and laying it in his coffin. This picture I took on my phone on the day that he woke up with some nausea and a headache and dizziness, and I dragged him to the urgent care, thinking that it was probably dehydration or a stomach bug. And he was complaining a little bit, so I took this picture to bother him. And neither one of us could have imagined what was actually going on. This is a picture of his brain tumor. It's this white area right here. I remember holding his hand while the doctor broke the news. And it was the first time that I really saw fear in his eyes. And he was trying to hold back the tears for me because I was 7 months pregnant. This is the last picture that I have of Ralph still smiling. We were transferring to the University of Miami Hospital. His friends had left this silly balloon for him, and he was dragging it through the halls. We still hadn't given up hope at this point. This picture ended up replacing my maternity photo shoot that we never got to have. It was actually scheduled for the day that ended up being the day that he was buried. He was already brain dead at this point, and I asked the nurse to do me the favor and remove the wires from his hands so that I could put his wedding ring back on and hold his hand over my belly so that I could get a picture of the three of us. This was taken on the day of his burial. I remember walking behind that coffin draped in the American flag, down the same aisle that I walked on the day of our wedding to meet my handsome groom with so much life ahead of him. This was the day that I met our beautiful baby boy, Mason. And Ralph couldn't be there. This was the only way that I could include Ralph in Mason's newborn baby photos, because he couldn't be there. His baptism, first Halloween, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas, first birthday, second birthday, first day of preschool. Ralph couldn't be here for any of these moments. Not physically, anyway. He knew the risk that he was signing up for when he decided to become a firefighter and a paramedic. But he was not educated enough on the kind of risk that he was taking on when it came to cancer. And I know with every fiber of my being that if he had truly known of any precautions that he could have taken to be present for any of these moments, that he would have done it. It's not about trying to completely change your culture. It's not about trying to give you yet another burden that you have to carry, having to worry about cleaning your gear or whatever the case may be. It's about keeping you safer. It's about keeping you around longer. For your wife, for your husband, for your son, for your daughter, for your parents, for your family. Let's not let Ralph's death and the death of all the other firefighters who have been defeated by cancer be in vain. Let's learn something. Let's listen. Let's do something. Please, from the bottom of my heart. My name is Megan Garcia, and I am the proud widow of Lieutenant Rafael Garcia. Thank you for listening.